I bought a barely ridden stallion from an online auction, having no idea what I was getting myself into. This is our journey. So I'm on the airport right now. I did buy a horse and I'm going to see it now on Friday in the Netherlands. 4-year-old stallion. It was not on my 2025 bingo card to buy a stallion, but here I was flying to the Netherlands to see him. I'm gonna call the stable owner now to tell her that, like, hey, I bought a stallion. The stable at home was not made for a stallion to be at. Was this really a smart choice? What if he's super annoying? Or what if he jumps over the fence to a mare? Well, maybe we could just have him gelded as soon as possible. My head was spinning. Was a stallion really what I needed in my life? But now I was on my way to meet him for the first time. I was just heading back home again and he was so cute. And then all of a sudden he was home in Sweden. He was social and nice, no problem at all with the field, even though he was standing next to a mare. To be honest, it felt like he was thinking, where am I and why did you take me to the North Pole? So today we're gonna ride him for the first time. It's gonna be very exciting, but also a little bit scary because I don't know how he will be. My impression of him is that he is very nice for being a stallion. To pick the hooves, he doesn't love, but we're working on it. He actually starts to understand this now that he gets food. So he was actually much nicer to deal with than I thought he would be. And now it was time to ride him for the first time. Honestly, I expected him to be crazy. I mean, when you buy a stallion from an auction, that's kind of what you should be prepared for. But he totally exceeded my expectations. I mean, he was barely ridden at all before this. Such a big canter, actually. It's crazy. After a while of training, it was time to start jumping. And he was very brave, which I was very happy with. I'm so used to riding spooky horses that it's so nice when they're not. But we had another problem. He was a very fast horse and he was running like his life depended on it. In my world, I didn't really see it as a problem though, because it's easily fixed. I mean, at least he wasn't scared of the jumps. He's been super fast in the jumping before, so hopefully he starts to calm down a little bit, which he actually does. He is very nice to ride. And shortly after, he was even ready to jump some small courses. Here is the first time he ever jumps a course. And as you can see, he's still super forward, but he also is much better than he was before. We still had a lot to work on though. And of course, I mean, he's not ridden for that long here either. My focus here was to try to teach him something every day. The worst you can do with a horse like this is to panic and think that you're gonna train it to slow down by pulling the reins and take away the canter. The trick is to work with timing and always give release when the horse does something just slightly better than before. I thought I'd give you a little catch up on the stallion that I bought. So here we are 1.5 months into our journey and finally things start to happen. Like I said, the trick is timing and trust the process. They always learn eventually. My system on riding is just that. To not push the horse into a frame, but to teach it to train correctly by themselves. He started to listen more here, but I felt like he's a little bit too much in my hands. And as I said, the worst thing you can do is to panic over the horse being too much in your hands and try to fix it by pulling. I just let him be. Give release when he does it just slightly better. I'm not trying to push him to do anything. I'm trying to get him to think for himself. Today we're going to train with both horses, the 4-year-old, the 5-year-old. Also, look at him, how nice he is, literally with mare in front of him. He is just like sleeping all the time. He feels so tired, but then when I'm riding, he's super nice and fast. I'm really excited to hear what my trainer will think of Kashmir. Also, I have a famous cameraman today. Hi! You got like 75,000 followers in one day. And oh my god, it's actually kind of sad because when I'm editing this, she actually got hacked and lost her account. But back to Kashmir, which was very nice. And this was his first training. And after this, we were going to our first show. And it was so funny because my trainer was also like, oh my god, he really doesn't look like a stallion. Like, if you didn't tell me, I would never think it. Good morning, it is so early. We are going to Kashmir's first ever show. It's gonna be exciting to see how he reacts to that because I don't know how he will react. I hope he's not scared or does anything crazy, but he was super nice to go into the trailer. Here he is inside. Oh, okay, we are here. Hey!
so cute. You have been eating quite a lot.
At this point, we are 3 months into our journey, and this was gonna be very exciting. Because this was not only his first ever show, but even the first time riding away from home. So you can imagine me being a little bit curious to see if he would be more spooky than normal, or if he would behave more like a stallion with horses everywhere. Maybe it's because he doesn't really look like a stallion, because people were riding with their horses in mirrors, literally in his face. They were riding into us. But honestly, Kashmir didn't care at all, so I guess it's fine. And I definitely thought he would be running a bit when being away from home and all for the first time since I got him. But he felt super nice in the warm-up. And I don't know what was up with the Swedish people today. People in Sweden usually never say anything. It is in our culture. But literal strangers came up to me telling me what a nice horse I had. And if a Swedish stranger tells you you have a nice horse, it must be true. And I mean, I agree with them. Honestly, this was such a good warm-up, and it was such a nice vibe at the show as well. I actually love this show because it's so nice for the young horses. A lot of space, not so many horses at the same time. I mean, people still manage to ride into us, but oh well. That's just the things you need to learn to deal with. But as you can see, the jacket is off, and it looks like we are getting ready to go into the ring. And like, why did I think he was gonna run like crazy? And I definitely thought he was gonna be spooky as well. I mean, most young horses are a little spooky at their first show. But he gave such a good feeling. It even felt very easy, very steady. But at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't take him to a show as his first time away from home if I didn't know he was brave. And like in this distance that you see right here, I even had to push him a little bit forward. And he even did a lead change. Such a good boy. That was a good start. I'm so happy with him. It's so easy to ride as well. I don't know what is going on. I love him. I love him. Now let's go home. We're on our way home, and I'm so proud of him. He was so nice. Also in the warm-up, he was so lovely to ride, and it's the first time he jumped at another place than at home, so I definitely thought he was gonna be a little bit spooky or, you know, care about the other horses, but no, he was just wonderful. So many people came up to me, just random strangers, telling me how nice horse I have, and that is not normal in Sweden, because in Sweden people don't talk to each other. Then it's really good, you know. So I'm very happy and very proud of him. Such a good boy. And now our first competition season had officially started. Goodbye. Now we are about 4 months into our journey, and it was time for a show at home. They literally built this whole competition arena in what feels like just a couple months. But that's really nice with young horses to have it so close at home. But that doesn't mean it's easier. I often get the feeling that they're even more spooky at home, because they're so used to how everything is supposed to look, and now all of a sudden everything is different. Like the stable owner tried to do some shows with one of her horses, but realized that she will only do shows at other places because the horse was too tense when it's at home. Kashmir did really good though, and this was the first time I could start to feel his scope when jumping. I'm so in love with him and how easy he does everything. I also wanted to do a smaller class to really work on the canter between the fences and to find that rhythm. And here you can see a perfect example of how nice it becomes when the horse starts to think for themselves. The most difficult thing with Kashmir before was the lines with the distance between the jumps, because he was so green, and I either had to ride forward really much or hold him back like our life depended on it to have the right amount of steps. But in this class I got him back really fast, and I could just let him go forward to the jumps. Every distance and line was literally perfect, and the feeling was so good. It was like I didn't have to try really hard to get him back, but that he thought about it himself. This was the optimal schooling round, and I feel like he learned a lot from this round as well. And then back to training at home. I wanted to practice on lead changes, which also is one of the things with young horses that you need to teach them. And also to try to get him to land in the right canter. The lead changes are far from perfect, but I'm also really happy with it because of the fact that he's only trained for 4 months. Some horses have a really hard time with it, and it takes such a long time to get them to do lead changes good. So I'm very happy with Kashmir that he even changed canter at all. I also trained with some poles to teach him to not rush, as well as some distances to teach him to really wait for me and not just go forward. And he did it really good. And now we are about 5 months in, and all the work starts to show off. This is the point where I really understood what a quality horse he is, and that he really can jump. He doesn't rush anything, but waits for me to all the fences. He changes canter, and to be honest, even though his canter still needs time to get stronger, it's so easy to see distances with him. And that's probably because we practice on rhythm in the canter, because that was not how it felt just a couple months ago. I always felt like it was so hard to sit still in the canter on him, because he was so weak. It's still much easier to sit on other horses, but I feel such an improvement there as well. One thing that I absolutely love with Kashmir is his temperament. He's always so positive to everything we do. He has always been so brave, but also gentle. He behaves around mares, he's always happy, calm when handling him, but forward when riding. It really couldn't be more perfect. I don't know why I was so negative to stallions before, but he really changed my opinion. Maybe because I've been working in stables with stallions before, and it really was a life or death experience. But I believe so much in treating all horses with respect and to let them out in the field even though they are stallions. Today we're gonna take Kashmir to his summer field. You are a lucky boy, you know, most stallions don't even go out in the field at all because people think it's dangerous. We're also so nice. So I think you will do good. But now, first you need to go on a little ride. Don't you like the candy? Apparently not, okay. Hopefully you're going here.
He wants fresh fruit, carrots, melons. Good boy.
Where are you? Please be calm and not run around. So we'll be in this field first to like settle, and then we have a big field on the other side where he will go, but I think we need to fix the fences a little bit. Just in case, I mean he is a stallion after all.
Happy boy. Hey. You're so happy. It's not even that much grass here, but you look happy anyways.
That is like his quarantine field. He will be there for a couple days. And then he will go here. So then he will be happy, I think.
Our 1-year-old is standing there. Exciting. You're so excited. Oh my god. Now he looks a little bit more like a stallion actually. Happy boy!
Now Kashmir will have 2 months rest in the field, and then I have very exciting news because we are moving abroad.